My name is Alara. I am here to share my story with you. For a very, very long time, my life felt like a beautiful picture. It was like a big drawing of a dream house, a wonderful house that I wanted to build. But the problem was, I just couldn't start building it. I had so many dreams. These dreams were bright. They were colorful. They were like pretty butterflies flying all around in my mind. They were always there, fluttering. One of my biggest dreams was to become an architect. An architect is a person who designs buildings. I wanted to create buildings that would make people feel happy. Buildings that would make them feel inspired. I also dreamed of writing a book. Not a thick, difficult book. Just a book filled with short stories. Stories that would capture the small, quiet magic you can find in everyday life. And another very big dream was to feel strong, to feel healthy, to feel full of life in my own body. I wanted to wake up each day feeling vibrant and ready. But my dreams, they stayed just dreams. They never moved from my mind into my real life. My daily life was very different from these dreams. There was a huge, empty space, a very wide gap between my big dreams and how I actually lived each day. It felt like a deep valley I couldn't cross. Every single morning, my alarm clock would start ringing. It made a loud, buzzing sound, a sound that pulled me from my sleep. But I was very, very good at turning it off. I would just roll over in my warm bed. I would sleep for one more precious hour. That extra hour felt so nice, so cozy, but it was also an hour that I lost. An hour that could have been used for my dreams. My work desk was often a big mess. It was supposed to be a place where new ideas could grow. A place for drawing, a place for deep thinking. But most of the time, it was covered. It had tall piles of drawings that I never finished. It had many emails that seemed urgent, but they were not truly important for my big dreams. They were just tasks that kept me busy, but not moving forward. Evenings were also a blur. They passed by so quickly. I would often order food from restaurants. Easy food. And then I would spend hours watching many TV shows on Netflix. Just one episode. Then another. And then a heavy, bad feeling would come over me. A feeling of guilt. I felt bad because I wasn't doing anything for my future self. I wasn't helping the Alara I wanted to become. The Alara who built her dreams. It's important to say I was not a lazy person. Not really. I was always busy. So busy. But I was busy with the wrong things. I was busy reacting to whatever came my way. I was busy putting things off until later. This is a special word for it, procrastinating. I was busy escaping from the real work that mattered. I was busy avoiding the hard parts. The honest truth was, I did not have discipline. The word discipline itself felt heavy to me. It felt like a strict teacher. Someone who would stand there and shake a finger at me. I thought discipline meant being hungry all the time, or having no fun at all. I thought it meant very strict rules and routines that were boring and joyless. So, because of these thoughts, I tried to avoid it. I truly believed that real new ideas and true happiness came from just doing what you felt like doing, from being free, from being spontaneous. The big change in my life did not happen in one sudden moment. It was not like a bright light turning on. It was slow, very slow, like how water slowly wears away a stone over a long, long time. I was 32 years old, and my butterfly dreams, those bright, colorful dreams, were starting to look old. Their beautiful wings looked torn and faded. My body felt sluggish. It felt slow and heavy. My mind felt cloudy. I couldn't think clearly. It was like a fog was always in my head. Then, one day, an email arrived. It was about a design competition, a contest just for architects. It was a chance to draw a new building, a new community center for people to gather. This was exactly the kind of project I had always dreamed of working on. My heart jumped with excitement. It beat fast. Then it dropped. A heavy feeling. I knew, deep down, that I wouldn't do it. I would start, then I would feel too much pressure, I would lose my energy, and the last day to send it in would pass by. Just like so many other chances I had missed in my life. That night, I stood in front of my mirror. I looked at myself. I saw Ilara, but I also saw a woman who was stuck. Stuck in a never-ending circle of good ideas that never, ever happened. A quiet, sad feeling settled over me. A feeling that I absolutely had to change. Enough, I whispered to my reflection. My voice was soft but firm. Enough. I made a decision. I decided to start small. Very, very small. My first step of self-discipline was not to wake up super early at dawn. It was not to run a long race like a marathon. It was simple. So simple. I would drink a glass of water right after I woke up, before I even looked at my phone, before I did anything else. It sounds like a very small thing, right? Like it doesn't really matter much. But for me, it was a huge win, a giant victory. Usually, my first thought was to grab my coffee. So drinking water first was a big change. The next day, I did it again. And the day after that. I did it every single day. It was a tiny victory, but it was a victory that I chose. It was a victory I could count on. Then I added another small step. My desk. Oh, my desk. It was truly a disaster. Papers were everywhere, pens were scattered. It was a chaotic mess. I made a promise to myself. A small promise. I would spend just 10 minutes each evening. Only 10 minutes. I would clear my desk. I would put papers away. I would organize my pens. 10 minutes. That's all. The first few nights, it felt like a very, very hard job. My brain screamed at me. It said, "Just relax. You are tired. You deserve a break." But I pushed through. I focused on just doing that one small thing. I didn't think about the whole messy desk. I just thought about those 10 minutes. Slowly, little by little, the mess on my desk got smaller. And with that, some of the fogginess in my mind also started to go away. My thoughts became clearer. The real hard part came with my creative work, my architectural drawings, and my writing. These needed a lot of effort. They needed me to focus very deeply, to concentrate, and they needed me to be okay with feeling uncomfortable, to sit with the struggle. I bought a small kitchen timer. I set it for 30 minutes every morning. 30 minutes dedicated only to my personal architectural project, or to writing my stories. No phones, no checking emails, no looking at other things. Just me, my sketchbook, or my laptop. And the timer. The first few times I did this, it was very, very hard. My mind would wander, it would think about a million other things. I felt restless, I felt like moving around. I started to doubt myself. Am I good enough? I would think. Are my ideas silly? Will anyone ever like this? There were days when I just stared at a blank page. For 29 of those 30 minutes, I just stared. Nothing came out. But I did not stop. I told myself, just show up. Just sit down. The magic is not in every single minute being perfect. The magic is in coming back again and again, in being consistent. And then, slowly, something changed. Very, very slowly. The act of showing up, day after day after day, started to build a bridge. A strong bridge across that big, empty space I talked about earlier. The feeling of not wanting to do it got smaller. It lost its power. Ideas started to come more easily. They flowed better. The blank page didn't feel so scary anymore. It felt more welcoming, like a friend waiting for me. I learned something truly important. Discipline was not about stopping my creativity. It was not about putting it in a box. No, it was about making a clear space for my creativity to grow. It was like getting the garden soil ready before planting seeds. The hard work of getting the soil ready made it possible for the beautiful plants to grow later. It prepared the ground for success. I started to use this small wins idea in other parts of my life too. I didn't try to exercise for a whole hour right away. Instead, I promised myself a 15-minute fast walk. I would do it during my lunch break. It was a short time, but it was something. It was a start. And it was consistent. Instead of trying to cook big, fancy, healthy meals every night, I started small. I cooked one healthy dinner a week. Just one. Then, when that felt easy, I cooked two. Then three. Each small, regular act of self-discipline built on the one before it. Like bricks in a strong wall. Each brick made the wall a little taller. a little stronger, until it was a solid structure. Of course, I still had bad days. Everyone does. Days when I woke up late, days when the delicious smell of takeout food called my name louder than my healthy meal plan, days when no words would come out for my stories, no matter how hard I tried. In the past, these bad days would have completely stopped me. They would have made me give up everything. I would have felt very, very bad about myself. I would have stopped trying altogether. But now I had a new way of thinking, a new way to handle these moments. I would see the mistake, I would acknowledge it, I would learn from it, and then I would gently but surely get myself back on track. Okay, Alara, I would tell myself, today was not perfect. That's okay. Tomorrow, we will try again. No feeling bad. Just action. Just one more step. This was a very, very important lesson. Self-discipline is not about being perfect all the time. It is about not giving up. It's about getting back up every single time you fall down. It's about dusting yourself off and taking the next small step forward. It's about treating yourself with kindness. The same kindness you would give to a good friend who was struggling, but also with a firm hand to keep moving forward, to keep pushing towards your goals. As the weeks passed and then the months turned into a longer time, the changes were clear. No one could deny them. My desk was always neat now. It was a clear space for clear thoughts. My mornings felt like they had a purpose. They started with water and focused work. My body felt lighter. I had more energy from my regular walks. I felt more alive. And my creative projects, they were truly blooming. The architectural idea for the community center was really growing. It was a bright, new design. It was full of new ideas. I felt truly, deeply proud of it. And my short stories? I had a growing pile of them. A whole collection. Each story was proof of those 30 minutes of work I did every single day. A testament to my persistence. I sent in my design for the competition. The waiting was very hard. It felt like forever. Every day felt long. But I knew I had done my very best. A best that would not have been possible 6 months ago. A best that came from my new discipline. And then the phone rang. My heart jumped. It was the competition. I was a finalist. My design was chosen to be looked at more closely. The happiness, the pure excitement was huge. It was overwhelming. It wasn't just about possibly winning the competition. It was about the whole journey. It was proof that I could, truly, build my own blueprint. That I could make my dreams real. I realized something very big about self-discipline. It was not a punishment. It was not a cage. No. It was freedom. It set me free from always following my sudden feelings. It set me free from the endless circle of putting things off and then feeling bad about it. It gave me power. The power to choose how I spent my days. And by doing that, the power to choose how I lived my life. It was not about being stiff or strict. It was about being thoughtful. It was about making choices with purpose. It was about choosing my big, long-term goals, choosing them over the small, quick pleasures of the moment. I chose them again and again, every day, until choosing them became easier, almost like I didn't even have to think about it. It became a part of me. Today, my life is still busy, very busy, but it is a different kind of busy. It is busy with purpose. It is busy with growing. It is busy with seeing my own possible future come true. The butterflies of my dreams are not torn anymore. They fly freely, they fly high, they guide me forward, showing me the way. I am still a Lara, but now I am a Lara, the architect of my own life. I am building it brick, disciplined brick. Each day I add another brick, and I am watching my dreams come alive. They are blooming just like a beautiful flower opening its petals to the sun. And if I can do it, starting with just a glass of water and 10 minutes, then truly anyone can. The power is inside you. It is waiting for you to simply begin. Don't wait. Start today.